floor, sir. All right.
I have to read.
That's okay.
I'm here to represent my involvement with the animal shelter. I'm a veterinary sponsor of the animal shelter, and what that entails is for me to have a current GEA license, which authorizes me to purchase and keep approved euthanasia drugs securely stored for use by certified individuals employed at the animal shelter. Responsibility for certification of individuals and skills needed in performing humane euthanasia. And again, she touched on that. Those skills include IV injection and IP injection, which is intraperitoneal. And just briefly, size, safety is the #1 concern in euthanasia of an animal for the people doing it, because some animals can be very aggressive, very dangerous, and some are not. Some are very passive. But their safety is the utmost. And in the laws, if I'm not mistaken, they have discretion in real dangerous situations to do what's necessary to protect themselves. IV injections are performed with one person restraining, the other person holding off, typically a front leg vein. And they give an IV injection, and the animal goes into a little sleep. These drugs are like concentrated barbiturates, and so they're down. There's like anesthetics, but overdosing. Usually within a few seconds, the animal relaxes. Might go through a brief excitement phase, and just relaxes, and everything's done in a few seconds. The IP method is used a lot of times in fractious animals or smaller animals. You can use it in larger animals. It takes a larger quantity of the euthanasia drug. It's usually given about 3 times the normal dose, given into intraperitoneal cavity. And that's not painful. It's given into just strictly the needle stick is all they feel. And it's slowly absorbed through the serosal surfaces or the surfaces of the organs. And so the animals just slowly get sleepy, and they lay down and take a deep sleep, and then in a few minutes the heart stops, and that's an acceptable protocol for euthanasia. I also teach animal restraint. I also teach methods of scanning for microchips. They have 2 different scanners just to cover things, make sure they keep their batteries up and that kind of thing. I teach them proper dosing, which is, they all know that as well. I guess they all know that. SMART's the only one certified, and I'll go over that in a minute. And also proper use of stethoscope. When I certify them, I listen to what they listen to. I want them to tell me what they hear. I want them to see what I see, and so they understand when an animal's deceased. It's not taking live animals and throwing them in bags. It's none of that. It's done very humanely, very appropriately. I am on occasion called to evaluate injured or diseased animal presented by animal control. I try to educate animal shelter employees regarding diseases that spread among animals and from animals to people. And, I think that's a hidden concern. One of the issues in our profession that they're requiring us now is they're not teaching us always how to take care of animals. They're teaching us how to protect ourselves from lawsuits. You know, as far as parasite disease spread, zoonotic diseases, you know, making sure that we educate our clients and educate the public as much as we can about things that they can be susceptible to. All that to say, I've been a sponsor for quite a few years and have personally trained, certified, and recertified SMART Web in the proper techniques needed to perform humane euthanasia as outlined in the state of Georgia law. I have complete confidence in his ability to perform his duties. I've not observed anything questionable involving euthanasia drug handling, record keeping on our end, or poor euthanasia techniques. I can assure you I would not jeopardize my reputation if I suspected illegal or unethical practices occurring at the shelter. When I first got involved with the shelter, I was nervous as a cat. I would only go to the shelter if I had a Department of Agriculture inspector with me. And it was over a year before I felt comfortable enough to go without an inspector to go in there with me to walk through the place, because I didn't want to get labeled or tagged with something illegal or unethical going on until I could really understand what's going on. I appreciate SMART and its staff's ability to professionally do a difficult job that is unfortunately necessary and that will always stir emotions in a caring community. And that's really all I've got to say.
Dr. Crawford, I appreciate you coming. And anybody from the board got any questions, comments for Dr. Crawford? Doc, we thank you, and from experience, you helped me a couple of months ago with mine, and I lost mine, and photo that you sent me to let me know everything with that piece. Very refreshing and very helpful. And I appreciate what you do and what you do in the community. Commissioner Blackson.
Nothing to you, Doctor. Thank you, sir, for your help.